We go to our fourth fight of the afternoon. It is the first of our BOXA Fight League title contests in the light heavyweight division. Please welcome into the ring first, Michal Zabiecki.
Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vines and I stood my grounds. They will never ever take my crown. Oh, Jabez, I say no man curse. Things getting better when they thought it would be worse. Here comes the officers asking for a search. They found no weapon, just only a drug first. But I'm so sorry, there's a rock. They just can't stop me now. Even when they set their traps, they just can't stop me now. People will say this and that, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set up roadblocks, they just can't stop me now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is 5 2-minute rounds. It is for the vacant BOXA Fight League Novice Light Heavyweight Division. Please welcome into the ring first, fighting out of the blue corner. He holds a record of 4 fights, 4 wins, weighing 175 pounds, 4 ounces, representing West Side Boxing, Michal Zabiecki. And his opponent across the ring, standing to my left and fighting out of the red corner. 2 fights, 1 win, 1 loss. He weighed in at 175 pounds, 4 ounces, representing Average Mo's Jordan.
Here we go into our first title fight of the evening, the Novice Light Heavyweight title. The first 5 2-minute rounds of the evening as well, with Michal Zabiecki, 23 years old. I was about to go to the record there, which is 4-0. Heavy-handed. He's from the Hard Hitters gym actually, with Paul Harkin, who's in West London. Actually, it's the first gym I ever trained in actually. When I say first time I ever trained in, like I was a veteran, I went around the gym. It's the only gym I also trained in. And I've trained there for like 6 or 7 weeks. It's a very good gym. Had some very good pros over the years as well, and champions. And they're going up against Jordan Allen, a personal trainer. So you'd have seen very fit. A record 1 win and 1 loss. Lost via stoppage in his defeat. And now he goes in for a title against experienced, heavy-handed Michal Zabiecki.
First thing Michael's done is turn southpaw. He got clipped with a right hand for it.
Oh, switch, maybe a bit of a switch here as well. Going south for a while, then I've gone back to orthodox.
Jordan looking very alert though, looking very much like he wants the center of the ring. He's gonna answer every shot.
100%. It's a very long, gangly arms, a very awkward one to get in range and get your shots off against, actually, as well. Both men look in good shape, but they've trained hard for this fight as well.
Very good shape. I think sometimes when you switch stances so often, you end up tricking yourself more than you trick your opponent. That's 3 changes of stance, 4 now.
That's it. It's funny, you would actually almost think Michal Zabiecki was maybe the personal trainer. Like he'd want to look like he's there.
Yep.
That's not to say that Jordan Allen isn't, but yeah, it just looked a bit more like the personal trainer. But boxing very well so far, I think. Jordan Allen actually, he looks, even though he's actually the least experienced, he looks like the more experienced to begin. And he caught him with a good left hook there coming in, a bit reckless there for Michal Zabiecki.
Really good round from Jordan Allen. Really good. Looks nice and tidy. Looks just really comfortable.
Oh yeah, he's landing very well here, landing very well. Michal Zabiecki looks like he needs to regroup himself a little bit here and maybe start coming up with some new ideas. He's trying to stand off, but that's where he's getting caught. And even when he's rushing in, it's so predictable because you can see when he's doing it with his legs. Off his back leg, he's almost trying to sprint in. He's getting caught then. Coming forward.
Letting
That's
his hands go there.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
All on gloves, but that's better signs for him.
To me, that's still Jordan Allen round, but it was definitely looking a little bit more promising towards the end for Michal Zabiecki, and he definitely got something to work with starting off in the second round.
Yeah, really good matchup this. I like it. It's Jordan, kind of the boxer, if you like, longer levers, and then you got the hard-hitting guy who you'd expect him to want to be on the inside, really. I'm not sure why he's taking a perimeter of the ring. With that body type and you know someone's got a long jab, I think you'd want to get inside and start landing the looping shots pretty quickly. I don't think you can fight someone like Jordan at range if you are Michael.
And we've got to remember tonight that we have 5 2-minute rounds, so unlike the other bouts, there's a bit of time to work somebody out. You know, you can have a look at someone for the first round because you've got 4 rounds from then on to put the work in and hopefully to get your style off that you wanted to get off and make a success of it. But here we go into the second round of this title fight where we have both scored Jordan Allen the first round, but it was pretty close as Michal Zabiecki did get his work off pretty well towards the end of the first.
Again, it's a bit of a familiar theme tonight. I'm seeing it. Whoever has the long lead hand, the long guard, seems to have a bit more joy. I know Jordan's just gone away from that right now, but gone into a high guard. But I feel like it's quite a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah, I think with Jordan Allen as well, I'm pretty surprised when I look at his record. So he's only had 2 fights, and actually the last one he lost via stoppage.
Yeah.
He looks like a very experienced guy that's been boxing for a long. Maybe he's been sparring for a long time, just didn't get up for fighting, or maybe it wasn't something he was really interested in doing for a while. But he looks very experienced.
He looks very experienced. He looks comfy in there, like he's done a lot of rounds. And he went looking there for Michael a minute ago, and he found him with 1 or 2 shots.
Even when Michal Zabiecki is getting some work off, a lot of it is just done on the gloves as well. So Jordan Allen doesn't look like he does. What he's doing when he's going backwards as well. He's tucking up pretty well, and even as you saw there, he was getting his own shots off. And he looked like he is. Michal Zabiecki in a little bit of trouble there for a second or two. I think what the struggle is with the lead hand that you were speaking about earlier, people with this experience, and they haven't been across people like that before. They haven't necessarily been taught that. You're getting taught the basics, and it gets a little bit more advanced. That's very difficult.
That
to
is,
work
yeah,
out,
because you're getting blinded. You know, it's there, and then you get popped with a jab. He's beginning to maybe find a little bit of timing though over that jab. Not landing clean with his right hands coming back, but he's beginning to time Jordan's jab.
And even like you say, like they become blind. But even when they try to walk through it blind, they're getting punished.
Yes.
So then it's the muscle memory. And it's like, all right, I can't keep doing that. Because every time I'm getting caught. Especially with these, where they're slightly bigger guys and light heavyweights and heavyweights, I'm getting hit hard every time as well.
I think that is another round for Jordan, but that was a much closer round in my opinion. Could go either way, that one.
Yeah, for me it's another Jordan Allen round. Again, competitive. Michal Zabiecki did get off some of his own work. Do I think he was winning the round, or do I think he got close to it? Not at all, but it was always a little bit competitive, but it's another Jordan Allen round. And he's very, even when Zabiecki is rushing his work and trying to be a bit overwhelming, Jordan Allen remains very calm all the time. So, and that's quite surprising coming off a stoppage defeat as well. We have to take that into note as well. But we're going into the third round now. So Michal Zabiecki's going to have to really start looking at getting some success here, otherwise Jordan Allen is going to run away with it.
We've got to find a plan B if you're Michal, because as it stands, it will be a 5-0 shutout in a competitive fight, but it will be a shutout if he doesn't find a way to kind of get inside him, or at least, you know, rough up Jordan.
100%. Here we go into the third round of this novice light heavyweight title fight. Still all to play forward. We still have enough rounds to turn it around, but he's going to have to start fast. Sharp right hand there from Jordan Allen. I think find a lot at this level as well. A lot of they look very robotic and stiff, and I've seen a lot of Michal Zabiecki, and that's where that doesn't really work very well with someone like Jordan Allen's style. He's a bit more elusive.
Exactly.
Got fast hands as well. You're kind of set up for something like that.
And that kind of circling motion, switching stances. I mean, the lactic acid's only going to build up. You're only going to get slower over these next couple of rounds. Good left hook from Jordan. Just every shot that Michal's throwing right now is just very easy to see.
I think you find a lot of this stuff as well. They're not really work the body. You think a lot of what he should do is he should be looking to throw the jab, start the jab to the body, bring the guard down. Sharp overhand right would be quite good for Michal, I think. It'd be nice to see him try that. Because all he's trying to do is throwing in the same wild hooks on either side. And as so far we've seen Jordan tucks up very well, then you can see it coming from a mile off, or maybe he's not the fastest as well.
Yeah, I don't know if Michal has a plan, or what, if he has anything that he's trying to do or trying to set up, or if is he looking for a particular shot, or does he just want to feel like he is putting the pressure on? With a fighter like Jordan, who obviously knows what he's doing, you've got to set something up. You've got to either set a trap, or you've got to look to miss one to land one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in his previous 4 bouts that he's won, I guess he maybe hasn't needed the plan B or plan C, because it looks like he can't finance around plan A. He's getting to work there, but it's the same again as before. He's overwhelming, yes, but it's not getting through. It's definitely not bothering.
It's all landing on gloves. It's what you want to feel. If you're Jordan, you want to feel those landing on the elbows, on the gloves.
I just hope that the judges are scoring the rounds properly, and they are taking into account that is all on the gloves there. There are no scoring shots that I've seen so far, but even again, we've seen plenty of scoring shots from Jordan Allen, which definitely, in my opinion, and I'm sure you agree, gives him round 3.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
At this point, Michal Zabiecki has a lot of work to do to even pull this fight any closer. Yeah,
he needs to find something now. It's not easy to do it, but you know, when you are 4-0, heavy-handed, being heavy-handed is one thing. You have to be able to land that shot, you know, otherwise the person in the other corner is going to be comfortable all night. Jordan, he looks like he's the one that's taking on the instructions better right now. He knows what he wants to do. He doesn't mind making it maybe a little bit stale, a little bit boring. Let's just keep you over there and I'll land the shots that I want to land when I want to land them. But you know, to a certain degree, I think Jordan might be even throwing too many shots and too many hard shots. There's no tempo change. You know, he's not mixing up the shots. Every shot he wants to land is a big one.
The other thing you can see with Michal Zabiecki as well, he really does load up when he throws, which will inevitably, I'd imagine, in a 5-round contest will make him gas as well. So he's put a lot into it, and I guess he's probably thinking in the back of his head he needs to. He does need a knockout, in my opinion, or at least a knockdown to at least pull it back into.
You know, you'll know better than anyone. Less is more sometimes in boxing. Just a tap, just feel the glove, and sometimes that's better for you than the big haymakers.
The thing is, Jordan's not actually really having to work very hard at all. So, and especially I imagine as a PT, that very good kind of right hand there, very good kind of right hand. I'd imagine even as a PT, he's got a lot left in the tank, and he's only having to throw simple 1-2s, and sometimes it's just that, sometimes it's just a jab. And he's not been worked to the body really, even in the clinch, not so much, a little bit there.
Exactly, but this is where Jordan has to almost keep him. If you know you can't box him at range, and you got to get inside that jab and rough him up, you know, and make it a little bit uncomfortable, get that heart rate rising, you know, you keep him there, make him work harder than he wants to work, because in the center of the ring, when there's a little bit of distance between them, Jordan knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Getting caught a lot here. This is what happens when you're getting reckless and you know you need to go for it, you're getting caught, and that's what he's doing. He's just doing what he did in the previous round, but at a high work rate.
Landed a good shot
allowing him
there.
to get countered even more than what he was before.
Yeah.
That's where he needs to go to work. That's it. Grab the guy there, uppercut would have gone straight through there, and he's not looked for it the whole fight at all. That's a little bit better. That one got through. Looking tired there as well, wasn't he? He's looking tired.
Yeah.
Breathing out of his mouth.
Coming over his front foot just a little bit as well. It's just not the greatest signs. I think that's another. It might be Jordan's weakest round, but I still think I'd give it to him either way.
I would say that's probably the most competitive round of the night so far, as well as the fight. I think you could give that to Michal Zabiecki. I think it's definitely arguable. He definitely is forced to fight a bit more. But, Jordan Allen started the round far superior actually. He was landing the counter right every time. There's definitely better work rate towards the end of the round with Michal Zabiecki, but you can see that there's not a lot in his punches though. You can see that he's getting tired. Yeah. And we're now going into the final round of the bout. He really needs to go for it here. Even if he wins this round, in my opinion, it's nowhere near enough winning the fight.
Nowhere. Needs to find something. The shot that he's been banking on is that kind of overhand right and a wide left hook. It has to land this round if he wants any joy.
Looking at both men, you would have to assume, even though boxing the game that you really can't just assume things in, that Jordan Allen's the one with a lot more left in the tank here, but Michal Zabiecki might have that adrenaline to get him through this round to really let his hands go, because he will know surely that he's behind in the cards as it stands right at this moment.
Good jab to start the round. That's always what you want to see. A good jab and another one there from Jordan. That will give you a bit of confidence.
He's feeling the full force, that jab, Michal Zabiecki, every time he's walking straight into it. Really has to go for it here, really has to go for it. But you also need to set that up. That doesn't mean by being reckless.
He's almost, he's tapping the front glove and you can see what he wants, the big backhand, and he needs to disguise it just a little bit better.
Throwing some feints as he's coming in would be really helpful as well, because that's how you're going to get the guard moving.
That's it.
When you're going to throw these shots, you know exactly where they're going to go, but he's got to throw the feints as he's coming in, not just move the head. Without
the feints, you won't be able to move Jordan out of position, get him feeling vulnerable.
He has to really get Jordan thinking, and he's only going to do that by throwing feints, not by coming forward in straight lines. That's almost been made for Jordan style, really.
Good left hook there from Jordan.
Yeah, he's getting very reckless of it, Michal Zabiecki, isn't he? You can see he's very tired in there, and that's by no means a dig at Michal Zabiecki. I mean, he's definitely shown toughness and grit, and he's definitely still taking the fight to him, but it just looks like that ain't going to be enough to beat Jordan tonight.
Yeah, I think when he gets back and he looks at this fight and he watches the tape, I think he would have seen that, you know, he probably looked like he wanted to land the shots too much. If he just jabbed, he would have had probably a lot more success, and probably would if he just stayed orthodox. I think every time he goes southpaw, he seems to get popped.
Thing is as well, when you've had it all your own way and you've won your fights with relative ease, like now it's the first time you've had to think and try and work out a very awkward and tricky opponent. Yeah. It can come really frustrating in there, and even that can just be mentally exhausting.
Exactly, 100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, our first title contest of the afternoon goes to the judges' scorecards. Scorecards read as follow: 49-47, 50-45, and 49-47. All 3 in favour of your winner. He is now the Novice Light Heavyweight BOXA Fight League champion in the red corner.
Yeah, that's perfect. Right man won. I mean, I don't agree with all of those scorecards, but I mean, the right man won. I don't think it was overly that hard of a fight to score. Michal Zabiecki will come again. I'm assuming he will learn from that kind of a fight. A very tricky guy to fight on the night, hard to adapt to. And even though there are more rounds, it's still only 10 minutes of boxing. It's 10 minutes to work out a guy in a style you've never fought before.
Exactly.
Isn't it a very long time?
It's not even. You don't even get enough data to download. You know, sometimes you need to. But by the time you figured out that it's the jab, you're back in your corner again, and then it's a very difficult amount of time.
First belt, very much got WBC international silver title vibe about it. I like it. Then we move on to the next bout of the evening, which will be for the regional heavyweight title. So another bit of heavyweight action, which is always very good to see.